Continues tonight, the Sweet 16 tipping off all across the country.
South Carolina doesn't play until tomorrow. It's the first time in 44 years the Gamecocks have made it this far in the NCAA tournament.
Yeah, USC and Baylor will play in the Big Apple tomorrow, and that is where we find Scott Eisberg getting ready for all of the action. Scotty?
Dino, this is pretty cool. I got to tell you something. We've never done a live shot standing in front of Madison Square Garden in Manhattan, but we are today. The Gamecocks are here, and I guess you could say the hay is in the barn. They're ready to go. They had their final practice here at Madison Square Garden today. Frank Martin and the players met the media. The locker rooms were open, and it was just something surreal. When you go from the Bon Secours Wellness Arena in Greenville to Madison Square Garden, there's just a different feel about it. There's a different feel about this region compared to the other regions because it's in the Big Apple. It's a big deal for everybody involved. So, of course, if we're here, we'll talk sports plenty coming up at 6 and 7, but we had to at least give you a lay of the land with our trip to New York City. Here in New York, everyone takes a car to work, except this car connected to 7 others, and it has a big F on the front of it. So while we're riding the subway to work, why don't we talk a little South Carolina basketball here? The Gamecocks with strong ties to New York City. Some of the biggest names in New York basketball, South Carolina guys. How about Bobby Cremins or Frank McGuire? This team, they also have some ties to New York, too. They've played here twice this year. They beat Syracuse in Brooklyn, and then they lost to Seton Hall at Madison Square Garden. But that game without star Sindarius Thornwell. So here we are, the epicenter of it all, Times Square, New York. Let's take a look. That's where the ball drops. New Year's Eve, you do not get a spot where we're standing on December 31st. I can tell you that for sure. Spin it around. Look at all the marquees. Look at everything that is here. This is not downtown Charleston by any stretch. All right, if we're in New York City, we got to do the food. You got to do a bagel. And it's nothing better than having a bagel out of a cart on the street. Why not? Can I get a bagel and cream cheese? All right, sounds good. This is going to be good. And you know what? We're going to go right next door and get a hot dog, because nothing's better than a bagel and a hot dog together, especially when Dean Stevens is paying for it. Thanks, Dino. Did a bagel. Got to do a hot dog as well. Can I get a hot dog, please? And if you're a real man, hot dog, mustard only. No ketchup. You don't win friends with ketchup. Hot dog. What would you say most hot dogs? Ketchup, mustard, what do most people get on the hot dogs?
Only sauerkraut.
Sauerkraut. Ooh. Nothing better than this. Mmm. Mmm. Mm-hmm. It was quite delicious. Now, we will certainly talk more basketball coming up and sports at 6 o'clock. We'll hear from Frank Martin. It is his birthday today. He gets to celebrate his birthday with his entire family. He celebrates his birthday at Madison Square Garden, his team playing in the Sweet 16. It doesn't get better for him. He says that's why they say the term happy birthday. You want to be happy on your birthday, and he certainly is. We are enjoying the trip to New York. For me, it's certainly a special one. This is my hometown. In my 12-year career, I've never gotten to be here for work and do a live shot from New York. So that's pretty special, and I look forward to all the stories we're going to bring you over the next couple of days as long as the Gamecocks are still alive here in the Big Dance. But for now, I'll send it back to you guys live in New York City. Dino and Ashley, I'll send it back to you.
Hey, Scotty? Scott?
Yeah.
Hey, listen, Oprah just called. She said Oprah just called and said your Weight Watchers alarm just went off when you sucked down that bagel and hot dog.
You know, Dean, I saved the points. I might have had an adult beverage last night when we got in. That was a couple extra points, but I saved some Weight Watchers points. I had my bonus points for the trip here today. So the bagel and cream cheese was a little stretch, but I skipped lunch because, you know, the hot dog, it was a skinny hot dog. And then, you know, Mr. Sinclair, the owner of our company, might be buying a steak tonight.
Very good. Can't wait to see your child at home and the basketball court you grew up on. Scott Eisberg in Manhattan. Classic. Only 4 schools, by the way, have both the men and women's team in the Sweet 16. South Carolina, one of them. Men's team tips off against Baylor tomorrow night, 7:30. The women